brought to you by the Good Samaritan House, a non-profit organization. As always, I'm Reverend Braxton Berkeley, and we'd like to thank God once again for giving us the opportunity to come into your living rooms and into your hearts with good news and glad tidings. Excuse me. Today's scripture reading is coming from the book of Proverbs. Without vision, the people perish, and the companion scripture for that is Hosea chapter 4. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We have a very special guest today. We have Miss, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, Marie or Marita?
Marietta.
Marietta. She's an opera singer. I just learned that out. So she has multitude of talents. And what we want to do today, we want to highlight her book, The Other Side of Alzheimer's. And it's a very special program for me because I'm suffering, my wife is suffering from the same melody. And she wrote a book of it, The Other Side, and it's a good book. But let me read something about her. She says, there are times in our lives when we find ourselves in situations that are new to us, and we just don't know what to do. How do we make decisions? What are the consequences? How do we overcome the challenges? Suddenly becoming a caregiver can be one of those times. Grow up to be a well-educated, gifted young woman. Her family never struggles to make ends meet. The story is an in-depth look at how her life changes, not from outside forces, but from those within her own family. Millions of people today are dealing with these same issues. What did you, when they did this autobiography, what were you, Angie was your mother?
Yes.
And when she started getting sick, she wasn't aware of it, and it affected the whole family.
It did. It did. My parents, like I said, were very respected in their churches.
Right.
My father was a deacon. My mother was a deaconess. She carried herself with dignity, and her belief was that you were not dressed unless you had a hat, a fur, and your gloves.
That's right. And a long
So
dress.
you know that's long ago.
Yeah.
But that's the atmosphere that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Classical music was their favorite.
Yeah.
So once I began learning that, it was not uncommon for us after dinner for me to sit down and play them a piece while they sat in the living room and enjoyed hearing it.
Yeah.
So that's the atmosphere I grew up in.
Well, you know, you grew up in you were very blessed on a subject that millions of us deal with daily. Miss Harris shares her story of her own change. It changed your life.
Absolutely.
Changed your life. It gave you a different look at other people that's suffering with the same, and you trying to reach all those people that may come into this dilemma sometime, so they'll know how to treat the people and talk to them and without getting angry and upset. And that's wonderful. And that's the other side of your Alzheimer's, a caregiver story. And it's a moment that my wife is stable. I'll go and grab her and hug her and tell her I love her. And you explained it to me. How long did you take care of her?
Actually, my mother had Alzheimer's for 17 years.
Ooh, man.
And
thank you.
That is a long time for the condition.
Right.
But she was perfectly physically, there was nothing wrong with her.
Right.
So that was, I think, a help.
Yeah.
But devastating as it was, and I created a new me. The essence of what I thought I was when I grew up is no longer there.
Right.
But the essence of the new me is where I am.
So you became stronger.
I became stronger.
Right. You know, and that's what's happening to me now, because with my wife having the ailment, what's happening? Your love from sea to shore, then and only then has God found a pathfinder once more. That title fits you. You're a pathfinder, you know, and see, I haven't, since I've received your book, I haven't seen many books that a layperson could read and understand. See, I've seen a lot of medical journals coming from Kaiser, but we got 37, but I've never seen a book that I could pick up and understand what it's saying. So God bless you. Until we meet again, keep hope alive, as Mr. Jesse Jackson used to say, and be a pathfinder. This lady here, Ms. Harris, is certainly a path. I certainly enjoyed this interview. So we're off to